So excited to be here with Bradford Tilden. We're going to have an excellent interview. We're going to be real and transparent, but I have to get through some housekeeping. So again, my name is Samantha. I'm from Epic Tri-County CT. I'm so excited to be here as a publisher, a co-publisher of Epic, a conscious living magazine that we distribute through print and digitally throughout Connecticut. So always be in tune, stay in tune with us to see how we can be connected and create these relationships that help to empower and inspire. And I have to give a really quick shout out to a really special lady, part of the Epic tribe, Lori J, who is Lisa's sister, my co-publisher's sister. Lori, happy birthday, happy birthday. Thank you for being an ambassador of love and light, always behind the scenes on Epic, bringing us photography and humor and some grounding when I need it. And I appreciate you and happy birthday. Happy birthday. So enough about all that stuff. I have two people on the screen today, and for that I am so grateful. And I have my friend here, Bradford Tilden from Crystal Music Healing. I had the opportunity to meet Brad at the Palace Theater when we were there to see Deepak Chopra. So welcome, Brad. How's it going today?
Hi, Samantha. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be one of the first people on this platform with you. And I've always, as soon as I heard about Epic, actually met Lisa. She was in the formulating process at our friend and colleague's house, Patrice Gildner, this past summer, I believe. And I jumped right in, and I think it's a beautiful magazine, very good quality content and practitioners and information. So I'm really good. I'm really proud and happy to be a part of this tribe as well. So I'm doing well here at my home in Cheshire, Connecticut, writing out this insanity with mindfulness, groundedness, and also hope and optimism. Because it's really the only thing what you can do is to just be mindful and for yourself, not only for yourself but for other people. To stay indoors even if you don't think you need to, and this social distancing really allows us to have an opportunity we might not normally have. The job aside, people are spending a lot of more quality time with their families. There's a lot more time for inward work and journeying and creativity and getting those projects done that you might have been carrying along in your house or in your mind for years. I'll get to that later, and just lighten that load in a way. This is supposed to be time for spring cleaning, and the Mother Earth and the universe, like, guess what? We can all clean on all levels.
So, hours and hours. So yeah, you've been with us since the beginning, Brad, and we appreciate that here at Epic, and we're honored to have you as part of our tribe. And in preparing for this interview, right? We had talked amongst each other about being authentic and real. And when I first met you and here connecting with you, I can feel that authenticity within you. And I'm so grateful to be able to bring it to our community on this level. That's one thing that we found is you said, we have to go inside, literally, physically inside, but also, touch in with ourselves. It's a great time to do that. And that is bringing me right into the array, this beautiful array of gifts that you bring to our community. Brad was featured in our November-December issue of Epic under our feature Epic Recommends. And you'll see a post to the CD. The name of it was Crescent City Piano Meditations by Bradford Tilden. So we're going to put a link down there so you can really experience some of Brad's beautiful music. During this time, I think it's great that people, utilize the online services that we have, and this would be one of them. So thanks for bringing that. Brad is a pianist and a composer and a musician, and he's a crystal healer. He's all that, and authentic during all that time. So can you tell me and our viewers a little bit about what drew you into the holistic arena? Can you tell us that?
Sure. Well, it's interesting because it was always sort of in the making. Ever since I was a kid, I beat to my own drum. I didn't really buy into what society, here's my finger quotes, society, expected or wanted me to do. And I exhibited extremely developed musical ability at an early age. And that got me thinking, career in high school, what am I supposed to do? I don't know. But I had some inspirational teachers in grade school, of all things, that really got me interested in the body. And and then, but I've also had some really interesting dreams throughout my entire life that were so intense, so vivid, and so unusual, and some very interesting experiences that I couldn't really explain with what was known about reality at the time. I just want an example. When I was about 13, maybe I was younger than that, but I was terrified of something in my room. I would not want to go in my room. And one day I just faced it, and it was like this energetic infusion came into my solar plexus. And it took a long time for me to comprehend what that might have been, and still, I don't have an authentic answer for it. But it's got me into reading Carl Jung at the age of 16, and exploring, the journey within, and discovering yourself and your authentic self. And then I carried that interest through my studies in undergrad, and then I followed my intuition and I enrolled in massage school because I really wasn't ready to go to grad school because I still didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. I was writing music and performing and everything, but it didn't feel like I wanted to make that a career as a craft because it's my passion. And so in massage school, I discovered that was where I first learned about the chakras. I was 23. Yes, I wasn't born knowing about all this stuff in this lifetime, and that really set my tone for my journey. And then I intuitively moved to San Francisco without a job. I just had a friend who had a place there. People wouldn't do that, but I did. And then through significant coincidences, I was hooked up with the Globe Institute of Sound Healing and Psychoacoustic Music. At that time, I was doing massage independently, and I was also doing my music. I produced a couple of CDs. I was playing at open mics and gigs and things. And then the sound healing was like, that was in my visual idea. That was the keystone of the arc of my two, at that time, not associated interests. And so my whole journey has been just a path of trusting my intuition and following my dreams and my guidance, and saying yes and showing up, and then just awakening more and more, peeling more layers, removing more blockages, and understanding what I really came here to do in this life. And it's funny because when I was 21, I asked my guides, I didn't even know I had guides at that time, but I asked, what's my purpose? And at that time, the two words I got were to sing. And I hadn't been in choruses, I hadn't done choir, I didn't even do karaoke. At that time, I didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense to me until I discovered the crystal bowls. And then I realized I was to sing with them. But singing is also a metaphor. You want to sing in this life. You want to express. You want to just to vibrate with joy and creative expression, and just sing the glories of being incarnated at this time. And that's really what I ended up focusing my work on, was how to get people to reconnect with themselves and discover who they really are, and focus all of their energy into their passion and trust in the universe to allow it to manifest for them. And I think that's the key moving forward, is that we all have gifts that we're given, and passions that we know we have. And even if we don't know we have them, we just haven't trusted ourselves to look in and uncover them. Because a lot of people, their expression was repressed from an early age due to conditioning or environment, or buying in to the popular narrative, in this case, of the American dream. But this whole coronavirus is really illustrating how fragile that system is. And if you don't have a core of trust in yourself, and trust in the universe or God or source or spirit, that's really lacking. And that's where people fall into this fear and this separation, and this trying to control something in the physical, but really it's a divine expression of the spiritual that fulfills us and supports us on all levels. So
Wow, sounds like it sounds like a familiar journey. I didn't start when I was quite that young. I didn't have that experience similar to what you described. With that opening, that infusion of an energetic um, happening. There's no authentic explanation for it, but mine happened on August 5th, about 10 years ago, I think. So, and that's when all this opened up. So I'm a newbie. I'm a newbie in all this. And like you have taken really leaps like the fool. What I envision for me is the fool in the tarot card, just taking that step, leaving the corporate life behind about 5 years ago and said, you know what, I'm going to do what I feel I've been put here to do, and that is to help draw out, as you do with the sing metaphor, draw out of people their passions and to guide them and help them. So um, if if you could, do you have a singing bowl there? You could just show us what a singing bowl is for. I knew you did. Show and tell.
I want to respond to what you just said.
Okay.
Is that
Perfect.
I commend you. I commend you for trusting yourself and taking that leap. That definitive leap for me started 6 months after I first moved to San Francisco, when I found myself in an attempt to hire a position in an accounts receivable department.
Been there.
and I was like, no, I just can't. I commend people who have like in a corporate life, for example, they've worked, and I have no doubt I'd excel. They said that the company worked better there for the 6 months I was there than the entire time some employees have been there. But that's neither here nor there. The importance is that we all have our path and our time, and what you were able to create with your corporate background was some financial, security. I took a leap of faith, and I said to the universe, I'm going to do this. So I need to always be to provide it for, and I have been. I don't have retirement, I don't have stock. Well, it doesn't matter right now, but that doesn't matter, because I have this passion and this unwavering desire to help people, like
Yep.
people in your position who've decided, wait a minute, there's more to life. So I've forged this path that demonstrates that it is possible. It is possible to go ahead and pioneer in a way, much like the fool. But then the whole process of the tarot. I can't wait. You probably got to the world right when you decided to leave the corporate world, because it was the fulfillment.
Right.
And now you're the fool in a new way. And people like myself and others who've devoted their entire lives to knowing how to navigate this new world in this new arena, we're here. We're here to support you. We're here to help you. And all that I want is for you and for anyone else who's watching this to discover who you are, and feel yourself with that magnitude of joy and light that you are inside, but that it's just the dimmer has been slit down, and you just want to just raise it up a bit. So
The tool that you have there is something that is going to help to raise the dimmer switch. So can you give us a quick sample of a crystal bowl?
Okay. I don't know what the sound will sound like on here, but
sure. We get it. We get it. We're here with you.
So I have stories, but for the sake of time, I can go deep into my stories involving crystal bowls. But so this is made of pure quartz crystals that were crushed and melted and spun in a centrifugal mold. And the way that you sound them is just run what's called the mallet around the rim.
It's beautiful, and I've experienced some sound healing, and it is one of the most meditative and relaxing. So we do recommend for anybody that has not, whether right now you can experience it online. Do you? Maybe we could talk about hosting an online sound healing with you. That'd be great.
Right now, or
I have in the future. We got too much more to talk about.
Right, we have all the time. Now, I do have some more music on my Bandcamp site, like where the CD that you viewed was on. Perfect. And I intend to release some more. And what I do is I sing with the bowls.
Okay.
And no one taught me how to do this. It was completely self-directed.
So you're connecting with that vibration and bringing it through your vocal.
I'm just going to do a little thing. It's both giving me trouble. Tease, tease.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was beautiful. I know I can speak for myself right now, and I hope our viewers can. I felt angel bumps all over me when you began to play and sing. Um, you felt the connection with the vibration of the universe. So thank you. So Brad is a sound healer, crystal bowl musician, pianist, composer, but there's also another aspect I want to talk to you about. Since you've been partnering with Epic as an advertiser with us and a supporter and a friend, um, I've seen a lot about a universal white time healing modality. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what one may expect from that modality if they were to receive it or learn it from you? Because I understand you're a practitioner and a teacher. Can
Yes,
you let us know about that?
yes. So I first was introduced to Universal White Time Healing through one of my teachers at the Sound Healing Institute. And she handed me a flyer for something called Universal White Time Gemstone Healing. And my motivations to go visit this woman were to sell her an amethyst biomat, to be honest. And if you don't know what that is, it's it's a biomat. Yes, I'm a distributor for that as well. And when I got to her house, it became very auspicious and significant. And Jung says there's just significant coincidences, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I dreamt about her. I had dreamt about her house, which was shaped like a hexagon. I knew information about her sons, and I knew what her healing room looked like. And so I have this dream written down in a journal, and I paid attention. And she put some stones on my body, random stones after I drew a random card, and the energetic experience that I had was so mind blowing. I had no previous intent in studying anything other than what I was doing at the time, and I said I have to study with you. And then those classes, the first class I took, just like it removed all these blockages and this huge chunk of knowledge and information and expertise that I've amassed in countless past lifetimes flooded in, and I excelled and I became a teacher for the gemstone healing. And there's also an energy healing branch. And at that same time, I took the first 3 levels of the energy healing. And I didn't really use the energy healing at the time, but after I moved back to the East Coast, there was an initiation that was offered to upgrade all the practitioners, and I contacted another assistant supreme teacher of the United States in Arizona, and I went there and I brought the gemstone classes to her and her students, but I also took the level 4 class and most recently level 1 and 2 teacher training. Now, the teacher training was probably the second most powerful experience I've ever had versus the first time that I experienced the gemstone healing. It's mind-blowing. And so let me give you a little background information. Universal White Time Healing is the name that this woman, his name is Shari Santara Shah, lives from Sweden. She's been an ET contactee since she was a child. And I'm talking going onto spaceships and going out into the universe and studying. She knows 40 human languages and countless extraterrestrial languages. And with her guides and masters in the universe, they saw the need to give humanity tools to assist us in healing ourselves and Mother Earth, to raise our vibration, to prepare for the ascension up to the 5th dimension or the new Earth, or whatever you want to phrase it as. And that's what this time of rapid change is, that it's like the hot topic in every spiritual, metaphysical, even religious doctrine. This is that time. And there are people who are here to support other people who are waking up to this truth, realizing old systems don't work. And so what white time really is, it's the essence of unconditional love and compassion. And you work with time as an energy that goes into the past, it works in the present, and goes into the future, so that all time is one unit, which is where the word white time comes from, because white as in all colors. There are symbols, there are affirmations, but most importantly, it's the attunements that you get, because it removes blockages that we all have. That's why we don't remember our past incarnations. Some of us do. Some Tibetan monks do. That's how they attain their status, is recalling their past incarnations. So there's tools and things that allow us to remove those blockages, to remember who we really are, to portray our divine expression. So I have a lot of tools in my toolbox, and the energy healing application is very much like Reiki. There's positions and there's hands-on positions in the first levels, but as you get more advanced, there's more advanced techniques, and there's different ways you can use your hands and different symbols, and you can really create amazing healing experiences for people. And then in my personal practice, I combine the gemstones, crystal healing, white time energy work, sound, and, guided visualization. I've started to construct a composite modality, if you will, that combines all of these things. So I'm really focused on the person's energy and what I know can help them to get through their blockage, or release something that's not working for them, or let them see something that they're not yet seeing within themselves. And my toolbox is rather vast, but it always goes back to the white time. I mean, I used to meditate. When I meditate with white time, it's palpable, and it's like it's such a beautiful thing, because all that it does is it heals with love. I've seen in my personal life, the way I do my personal work, perceived conflicts and victimization and blame and guilt and shame. They're just down here in this. And when you raise your vibration with love, you can see everything. You can see all sides. You can understand that there's a unity. And white time really works with that unity. And it works, the source is actually beyond this universe. It's a source that comes in before this universe was created. And that's this very special, that's gentle yet powerful force that is completely eternal and constantly available. And it really just helps people to connect with everyone in all consciousness, all forms of consciousness, with the animals, plants, the earth, and other star races, minerals, of course. I mean, it's amazing. I have no words. It's so hard for me to market, because it's tangible. It's an intangible, verbal or written word. It's an essence. It's a tone and a vibration. I mean, I'm sending it out right now because I feel that there's some energy that needs to be, shifted in a loving way.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if anyone's picking that up, but that's
I can feel that. And I think going back to the marketing, yes, we all do need our tangible marketing skills, but just feeling your vibration, I can feel that. And that is what we call our bringers of the light. That is what we bring, is that connection and that feeling, that unconditional love. And for anybody that wants to find out more about Brad's universal white time healing modality, we're going to include the links below. And thank you, because I can feel that. And I'm sure that everybody that is going to either watch it later or that's watching it now, they're going to feel it also. So thank you. Thank you. And one more thing that I want to talk to you. Well, I want to talk to you. This is the beginning. Here. One thing that I want, one final tool that you have in your toolbox that I want you to bring out real quickly for us is the medicinal mushrooms, because right here in my cup is some beautiful chaga. So can you tell us about your connection with mushrooms and how you've incorporated that in your journey?
Oh, yes. I had a healing crisis. I was in the hospital for about 6 months, and after that, I really wanted to. I was interested in nutrition before that, but I took it to the next level, and I wanted to search for products and nutritional supplements that would really help my body not only repair itself, but strengthen it moving forward. And I'm very sensitive to vibrations. Obviously with all the crystals and sound, but also with food. I go to a restaurant and I look at the menu and I'm like, okay, this one's good. I mean, I can just sense it. And I think we all have that power of listening. That's an intuitive ability. But when I first tried one of the products, which is called the Z Cell from this company, with a woman who was she was having this event, and I was there, and I was doing some sound healing with them. It was a networking thing. When I tried that, every cell in my body said yes, and I kind of I just trusted that, and I felt that the vibration was so high, and my body was needing it, so it was hungering for what it did. I signed up on the spot. I needed no convincing, because I like, yeah, I've like the essential oils I've known about them forever, and it wasn't until quite recently when I was actually interested in the line, because it had the vibration that I felt was high enough to me to pay attention to. And these mushrooms eclipsed all of that. And not only did they provide the physical cleansing and strengthening my body, there's a really interesting spiritual and consciousness connection. No, they're not magic mushrooms, but what they do is the mushrooms are the almost the internet of the plant kingdom. All their mycelium, their root systems connect to everything, and there's this network of communication. And when I started taking these mushrooms, I started having advanced access to the human group consciousness grid, and I was receiving information that it was mind blowing, like problem solving, like higher level skill development without training. It was really weird. My piano playing improved, but anyway, so that's my introduction of my experience with them. They're really important right now because all medicinal mushrooms strengthen the immune system. And this company is rather unique because they're a family company originally by a mushroom farmer from a small town in China who foraged for mushrooms. And at that time, there was the Communist Revolution. Before the Communist Revolution occurred, one particular mushroom was illegal for penalty of death for commoners to consume, and this was the Lingxi reishi mushroom.
Yeah.
Lingxi's Chinese, reishi's Japanese. It was forbidden, but once the Communist revolution occurred, the dynasties, the emperors, they didn't have that control anymore, and people started eating them, and people started discovering the healing benefits. The common people. This is why the emperors lived so long, because they had the food and the mushrooms to give that longevity and vitality. And so, he committed this to feeding his family with the mushrooms in his town, and then devoted his life. And then it just kept expanding and expanding and expanding. And now they're one of the world's leaders in mycology, which is research and development in mushroom health and nutrition. And they became a network marketing model about 17 years ago and entered the States about 8 years ago. And I just climbed aboard. I'm always looking for new ways to share really beneficial products with people,
right,
that I can really put my name behind. That because the company is impeccable. The chairman is very generous and philanthropic, and they're renewable. They're very high quality, and it's just a really good thing to align myself with, because they care about making everyone's lives better through the mushrooms and through the business opportunity if people would like to go that route. So I've been consuming them daily for about 5 years, and I really, really see the difference. And I have a couple of bottles of supplements here that I take on a daily basis. Calm. This is for the mind. It lowers anxiety and stress, restorative sleep, and the balance is for the overall wellness of the body. But the most popular products are their beverage lines. As you're drinking your tea there, I'm drinking their tea here in this jug. There's tea. It's organic tea with medicinal mushrooms, and my favorites are the coffee and the latte.
Yeah, I'm a coffee addict. I will say that I'm a coffee addict.
Yeah,
coffee. Yeah, talk.
I drink black coffee. My dad drinks black coffee. When I found the Alpha coffee, I discovered that I don't get the caffeine jitters, but I get the same black coffee fix with medicinal mushrooms, and it's just a win-win situation. And so that's really, well, I live for this coffee. Plus, I save time. You see all those
Right.
those lines at Dunkin' Donuts and
Right.
Starbucks, and the
And
cost of coffee.
economically, right? Cost. So if our viewers have any questions, or I'll be reaching out to you. We talked previously before we went live on the air. I want to find out more about the medicinal mushrooms. We're also going to, all your links are going to be in the bottom of the post. I want to thank you for taking the time today. We're going to start to wrap it up. Thank you for opening your toolbox, and thank you for opening your heart and your soul. Thank you for being part of this epic journey to help empower and inspire people. And before we wrap it up, I want to ask you one more question. And this question is, um, in regards to the current time, whom do you find that, or whom do you find to be your most important connection at this time with the COVID and the pandemic? Who would be the most important connection?
Of a person
Yeah,
connection for me personally.
yeah, just a
I,
first name. Just a first name. This is a gift from Lisa.
well, I don't want to sound selfish, but
We
me,
know everybody's important.
I think we all need to have ourselves be that in this moment. Put the air mask on yourself first.
I love it.
I do have a second strong.
Go for it. Tell us. Tell us. We're 2 minutes over now. Tell us, Brad.
Well, my partner Alex, he's a perfect balance to me, and we have a really beautiful balance together. And it's been really interesting because we haven't been together too long, but being home with each other like all the time, we haven't gone crazy with each other once, and I think that's a good sign for longevity. So
Well, blessings to you and blessings to Alex during this time. Thank you again for being a supporter of Epic, being part of our tribe. I just want to tell everybody thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with another Epic interview at 11 a.m. If you need to if you want to contact Brad, I feel I need to. We're going to list all that. And everybody, please stay healthy, stay inspired, stay empowered, and be you. Peace out, Epic Scouts.
thank you.
Bye bye.